What's up, guys? Welcome back to the SLI Invitational. We got Season 4, not 3 on the screen. We got Game 2, paiN taking on Mad Kings. Game 1 was slow. It was, maybe it didn't seem that close, but it was actually not that convincing for paiN. Mad Kings did have quite a few nice plays, quite a couple of nice pickoffs. So definitely don't want to count this dire side out right now. But
5 seconds
again, paiN should be a favorite. We'll see if they can make it so in a quick 2-0. Mike Lohr is going to be your caster for this game. Quick sweep over the bans. Looks pretty similar to the last game. Puck, of course, being that exception. AA as well. Not banned out in the last game, but still Mad Kings going for what I didn't really think was a great draft, and they were able to make it work pretty decently. Just also a couple of good team fights, slashed botched team fights from the paiN Gaming side. No matter how you slice it, we're able to get a pretty fat Tinker and a pretty fat Medusa. It may have come in just a little bit too late, though. I feel like if they had a little bit of an earlier slant on their draft, contest paiN get a little bit more, then they would have actually been able to carry the game with either a Tinker or a Medusa. But going for both, and there's just not enough room for two of them.
5 seconds
Regardless,
remaining.
they will open up the second game with Brewmaster. Did work out pretty well for Nada, all things considered. The splits weren't like all that influential, but you know the hero was there when he needed to be. The Haze was great in lane. I think that, you know, maybe given a slightly different scenario, you could definitely get a lot done. And heroes like baiN don't really have much game versus a Brewmaster. ET as well is actually not that well equipped to deal with the split, but going with a Shadow Demon as well is fairly interesting. Seen this hero go towards the off lane on occasion, but for the most part, if you see a Shadow Demon on the other end, the first thing you think of is, oh shit, what illusions are they going to come at us with? Maybe not Medusa illusions, that's banned out. Not Morphling illusions either, so maybe gonna ban out a Luna next. That's usually like the go-to with the Shadow Demon. Very powerful setup hero, and is a hero that can put out some decent damage as well if you leave him alone. So very similar to a baiN in that regard. Like, he will do so much damage and is pretty good at setting up. Shadow Demon may be a little bit softer, but for sure he does have that scalability that baiN just simply doesn't have. You can cast Disruption on an ally pretty easily every single time, whereas it's not really going to work out in such a way where you can grip a core who's really important and actually have that grip stick. A little bit of consistency here for Mad Kings. paiN Gaming, though, picking up the ET, really has had a huge rise once again to power. It was a period of time, I don't even know when, like 2 years ago, something like that, where ET was just the hero to pick up, and he would just smash everyone. Nowadays, it's not quite that powerful. He still does a really darn good job, though. Especially when you're talking about a baiN, you can get that Spirit in there with the Stomp. It's a lot of just lockdown duration. Of course, being able to increase damage of kind of like mixed attackers. Well, Luna's banned out. She's a big one, but heroes like Shadow Fiend as well. Really heavy right clicks, really heavy spell casts, making all of that damage cut right through the armor and all that magic resistance. It's such a unique ability. It's basically just a team fighting support hero in that 4 position. And I mean, I guess StarLadder has some team fight, I guess. Earth Spirit has a decent amount, but it's something that's fairly unique as far as what the sports can bring out. Winter Wyvern doesn't really seem like there's a lot of room for her on the Mad Kings draft. Would be another one of those heroes, but they'll pick up a Clockwork instead. Clockwork, Shadow Demon, a very, very heavy set-up combo. You just bubble them, put the cogs around them, they're not going anywhere. And most of the time you should be able to get kills on that. Now, the only problem with that is that they don't really work the best individually with one another. Clockwork as a 4 position is fine, but is susceptible to just running into some really bad matchups where he can't gank them. Like heroes just with blink abilities. Usually like Quap, Puck, those, you know, your standard blinkers are just heroes that are really, really fast, or Weaver or something like that. But with the Shadow Demon and Clockwork together, they could definitely put the screws to the paiN Gaming supports. Like, if you're baiN, you're caught against a Clockwork, you're just done. A pretty nice hero to have at combo break with that baiN as well. paiN, though, pick up a Razor. That is usually a pretty well-defensive hero, but even if Razor gets caught with that combo of the Clockwork Shadow Demon, the battery assault does so much damage, and stealing right-click damage from a Clockwork or an SD is usually not that influential. It does seem like paiN will stick to their guns as far as this mixed damage is concerned. Razor with the setup from the baiN is really powerful, especially with an Eldritch Titan to follow up afterwards. But so far, no one can really steal damage from. Mirana is going to be that hero, but at the same time, isn't really that hero. Like, you could try to steal damage from Mirana, but let's be honest, it's not going to stick for very long. So This Razor is maybe a little bit early for paiN. They're definitely
10
going to try to
seconds
just get the
remaining.
Razor to have damage, more so than take damage away from the Mad
5
King side, if that
seconds
makes any
remaining.
sense. Gotta have that whip hit hard. And with the baiN Nightmare into the static link, oof, it's going to be very, very devastating. The Mad Kings, talked a little bit about the Shadow Demon Clockwork combo. I don't think I have to say anything about Shadow Demon
Dire
Mirana.
team ban.
Very, very dangerous setup, and
Spirit.
it will be very necessary up against the Storm Spirit. Now, even if Storm Spirit is super fat, Bloodstone, Kaya, whatever, zipping around all over the place, you catch him with the Disruption, you will land that arrow, and the only thing you have to worry about at that point is the Elder Titan and Stomp kind of combo breaking you.
10 seconds
This
remaining.
seems like an okay game for Storm. The disables on Mad Kings, they do
5
have them,
seconds remaining.
are fairly clunky, and Storm Spirits, as I mentioned earlier in the day, have just been like taking over games whenever I've seen them. It's actually just been insane. And we were talking about initiating onto a Brewmaster, onto a Mirana. You have to crash in really, really hard and get the kill, or just have a ton of disables, like so many disables that they can't split and leap out. Storm Spirit doesn't have those disables, but he can crash in really hard, force Brewmaster or Mirana to use their tools, perhaps in situations where they really don't want to. I don't mind the Storm Spirit in that regard. I do feel like Storm Spirit and baiN are probably going to team up against this mid lane from Mad Kings. Might be the
Radiant
Mirana,
team
might
back.
still be someone else. paiN should be looking for their off lane selection. Tava. What does Tava want? Beastmaster's already out. Tide is still in. Might be a little bit slow, as in he cannot follow up with
10
Storm Spirit and a
seconds
Razor.
remaining.
Take out the Bat Rider
5
instead.
seconds remaining.
I wonder if, like, you want to go like Centaur or something like that? You really want to get a hero with some sort of mobility just to try to stay away from that Shadow Demon Clockwork duo. Either way, for Mad Kings, we'll see what this Mirana is going to get up to. She can go towards the mid lane, but I feel like that's a little bit of wasted power.
Radiant
If you partner
team
up the
pick.
Mirana and the Shadow Demon, then in a side lane, pick up a different mid laner, a hero that can really punish the Storm Spirit a
Dire
little bit more.
team pick.
I think it's a little bit more ideal.
Faceless
Faceless
Void.
Void. I was going to say Faceless Void, but I'm like, nah, that's not good enough. The reason I was going to say Faceless Void is because, you know, Mad Kings, they have this combo of the Shadow Demon Clockwork Mirana, and that's about it. Their sustained damage output in the lane is not really that high. They have to get the kill
10
off of the combo.
seconds remaining.
And blink abilities obviously are great at kind of countering that, but the
5
fact that
seconds
Faceless Void has a
remaining.
blink and heal, yeah, it seems okay. But then I was like, they don't really have a great combo with the Faceless Void on their own team. Faceless Void, Elder Titan is okay. Razor is really situational. Storm Spirit is even more situational. So this Void doesn't really have the most synergy in his team. It is going to be really, really just up to how good his Chronospheres are and how bad the positioning from Mad Kings is going to be with their heroes. Because if they do clump up at all, catch 3 in the Chronosphere with an Earth Splitter, you can smash all of them. Like, it's going to be the easiest thing in the world to just clean house. Chronosphere as well, pretty darn good at cleaning up Brewmasters.
Now select your heroes.
Arc Warden. New hero PogChamp from Mad Kings. Arc Warden, huh? Alright. The upside of Arc Warden, you're with a Mirana, you're with a Clockwork. Really, really heavy split push potential here from the Mad King side. And looking at paiN Gaming, they don't really have the best means of wave clear. Storm Spirit is okay, I guess. The Razor is kind of less than that. baiN is trash. Tavo probably not going to get a wave clearing type build, so probably can't handle that either. So Mad Kings can definitely apply that pressure. And if they do open up the map a little bit, freely initiate with arrows, hook shots, blink splits from Nada, they can definitely get a lot done. The downside is that even though their split push is really powerful, they are very, very soft. Mirana and Arc Warden are paper thin, and you know who's really good at catching split pushers? You know who's really good at that? Storm Spirit. You know who's also not that bad at it? Faceless Void. So, Arc Warden, I mean, maybe you'll get to a point where you just manhandle the Storm. I don't really see that happening. This is a very, very risky pickup here from the Mad King side. They don't really have enough early game to guarantee the Arc Warden a good early phase into just late game dominance. This is very similar to the Tinker pick actually that we saw in game 1. It's the fact that you have this hero that has answers already on the other side, yet you're going for him anyway for late game dominance. Except in this game, like, it's not even as good as the Tinker, I think. And the Tinker last game, I don't think was that great either. The Arc Warden can just be so easily caught up to and killed off. Like, you can send your clones and just stay in the jungle all day, but Storm Spirit, if you're not actively killing him off, he's going to be farming creeps, he's going to be farming heroes, and at a certain point he's going to be farming you. So I'm not really sure about this Mad King's draft. I really liked these 4 heroes, and then Arc Warden just kind of ruined everything in my eyes. Sorry, Dookie. That's just the way it is. Well, we'll see if the Arc Warden can find any success. We got him, Dookie playing that hero. StarLadder is on the Clockwork. Nada once again playing the Brew. Got Robo Z on the Mirana. I think it's Robos? I don't know. Shesid's on the Shadow Demon. I guess, no, making illusions of Arc Warden isn't even that good, because he doesn't really build stats. He builds activatable abilities, because the Tempest Double is very different from an illusion. Tavo is going to be on the Faceless Void. It got Duster on that supporting ET, and is near also supporting as the paiN. Got HFN chillin' as the Storm Spirit. Over bottom side, King RD on the Razor. Safe lane Razor should be a pretty decent matchup as far as messing with the Brewmaster. Definitely a lot more assertive than an anti-mage. Get the static link going, and you can definitely shove him out. Faceless Void.
30 seconds.
He's going to be in a lane where I would imagine he's not going to take that much pressure. Unless it's the Mirana Shadow Demon lane up top. In which case, yeah, he's going to be in for a little bit of stress, but I'm not sure if they actually have enough damage to 100 to 0 Faceless Void in the duration of that arrow. It's really tough. Run, King RD, run. Well, he does see 2. He also did see that they were smoked, so probably a pretty good read here for the Razor.
Stupendous the scale.
I like Arc here. He should be good against Razor and Storm. Pairs well with the Clock. Definitely pairs well with the Clock and the Mirana. But I'm not convinced that he's going to be good up against the Storm. I mean, at a certain point, maybe if HFN, if the Arc Warden gets ahead of the Storm Spirit, then using these like kind of stealth assassination tactics from Arc Warden, Shadow Blades, and Orchids and whatnot, can definitely kill off Storm Spirit from time to time. But I would say it's more likely that the Storm Spirit gets ahead and then the Arc Warden is the one in trouble. We'll see. We'll just take a look at this top lane first. Robo by himself obviously can't really touch the Faceless Void, so FV gonna get a decent amount of experience at the very least, probably a decent amount of farm. Even prepped for a more dangerous lane with the Tangos. We'll be just fine. Brewmaster is also going to be in a position where, yeah, he's going to be driven out from time to time. This is still going to be a very advantageous lane for the Razor. No supports really wandering around all that much. Mad Kings will look to set up this combo, but they catch 2 heroes instead of 1. That is not what they wanted. They'll break through the cogs almost instantly. The Flux goes out. It'll do a whole lot of nothing since they're giving each other a grand old hug. And the paiN will get out of there. The Clockwork takes a lot of damage. To be able to isolate 1 hero with that, it is so powerful. But catching 2 means that the cogs instantly die, and you take so much extra damage. Because Clockwork is tanky, but you're also going up against the paiN and Storm, who have some really, really high base damage. So you can't really get away with that for very long. They have to have the support hero here to help out this Arc Warden, especially since there's just spam and feeble going in towards him. But you can see it's not really helping him out all that much. He still has pathetic CS. Bottom lane, Brewmaster is going to be driven away from time to time, and you can haze the Razor, make him miss a couple CS himself, but you're not going to be getting anything. And of course, top lane, Tavo is pretty much in a 1v0 lane because the Mirana is just being bodied by the Elder Titan. So across all 3 of these lanes, paiN find themselves with a massive, massive lead in the CS department. Now, it's not going to be impossible for them to throw this, of course. They do have the setup. You got to watch out for that explosive nature of the arrow. Speaking of setup, they're going to banish the Storm once again, but a little bit late. Here comes the Stomp's combo break. HFN will be just fine. A little bit of damage, I'm sure, from the Shadow Poison, but not nearly enough. The Cog will bump back Duster, but he took a lot of damage stolen from that Astral Spirit. Just going to lay it into Dookie. He'll take a little bit of damage himself, but he'll be fine to back off as a salve, as a clarity. No big deal. This is going to get Robozy a little bit of a time to, maybe pressure Tavo, but at this point, Faceless Void, already level 3, doesn't really have much to fear from the Mirana. Her poke damage isn't large enough such that he's going to be really worried for his life at any given time. If he gets hit by Starstorm, you just backtrack it back. you time walk it back.
Is a great
We're gonna call that backtracking because it literally says, I just realized, backtracking any damage. So there you go. Old Faceless Void is alive and well. So he's gonna be just fine. Like, he already has such a huge head start. I don't think there's anything that Mirana by herself can do. She definitely needs some help. It has to be from a Shadow Demon, but it also has to come at when she's level 5. Like right now, level 3 Mirana cannot kill this Void unless Void is at 200 HP. I guess that's a possibility. They'll try to cancel the salve. They will do so, but you already got most of it out. In the meantime, here comes Duster. And this is just such a disastrous laning phase from the Mad King side. They will set up for an arrow. Will land onto the ET, but not really enough damage to kill him off, I don't think. He's going to get the stomp, which will be dodged by RoboZ. Got to run around these illusions. 3 stacks of Shadow Poison. 4th one coming up soon. Will miss. And that 3 stacks will do very little. In the meantime, Tavo just bullying everyone else. Never lucky with those bashes, though. Robo used all his leaps. Never bash. Oh, my God. It's only level 2. It's like 15% chance. It's not the greatest chance, but he landed... I think EV was at least 1 there for the Faceless Void. Either way, across all these lanes, these are going pretty well for paiN Gaming. Sliding with the help of the Brewmaster will actually kill off King RD, though. I think they got him in the cogs, and Clap still does damage, despite your right click's not doing any. Nice little pickup there for the Mad King side. Absolutely essential pickup at this stage. Like, fall behind this badly in CS, man, you gotta be getting kills or like stacking ancients or doing something right, because if you're not getting anything done, then man, you just lost the game. HFN is isolated out of position, but I don't know if Dookie has enough to kill him. There's another bottle charge. HFN's gonna put himself into a corner and just start man fighting. He will dodge all of those wraiths, has another spirit, but he is fluxed. Will do a lot of damage to him, and with Sliding coming in, HFN will fall. Comes the Elder Titan Spirit, he will stomp and will sleep the Clockwork. It's a little bit too little, a little too late. HFN finds himself in a really bad spot. His escape path cut off by all those spirits. Spooky ghosts from the Arc Warden. Absolutely need to get these kills. And honestly, they got a kill on a Storm and a Razor. That's going to bring them back to parity. But still, they shouldn't really be feeling comfortable with this. They need to keep up this pressure. Need to keep going for those kills. If they ever stop, then man, this game is just gonna end really, really quickly off of this head start. Getting kills is great and everything, but I'm pretty sure like this CS lead is worth more than the kills. HFN though is dual laned the entire time. Flux now isolated, and his Bane ally has left him. Cog will bring him into tower range actually. He'll drop HFN one more time. Alright, Arc Warden doesn't have any game versus Storm Spirit once Ball Lightning is up, but still, that's a level and a half away. Or Storm. Not really an easy place to be. If you get hit with the Flux, man, you're already in a lot of trouble. Zoned out by this Spooky Ghost as well. Tavo. Here comes the arrow combo, but here comes the combo breaker. No, combo breaker got combo broken by Slidin, who found Duster, can't chop his way through the cogs, and they will take a kill. Not the kill they necessarily wanted, but you know what? They're not going to be complaining. Clockwork in the right place at the right time. Dookie is going to get nightmared, and Tavo is here. They will need a couple of bashes, though, to get this kill, I think. This is going to be pretty close. They'll Chronosphere, though, as Tavo does hit level 6, and they also catch the Clockwork with it. That's pretty much what I expected for Chronospheres. Like, it's probably going to hit a lot of allies, but also a lot of enemies, but a lot of allies. So they are able to take down that Arc Warden. HFN's able to survive, so a nice little rotation there from Tavo using that Chrono. I just, like, looked at his spells. I'm like, I assumed he was level 5 because I just saw 302 and no last point committed. NA math, lol. How do I count to 6? I don't know. Looks like Storm Spirit doesn't know either. He's only level 5. Oh, nada. He has Stick and Split, so he shouldn't die here. King RD also got hit with the slow, although he has Phase Boot soon. I think he could probably get a free split here. There's a TP on Chesed. There's none on the Mirana. Clockwork has his on cooldown because he just TP'd in to die. That's really bad. Arc Warden can get back into the lane, but really needs to start building up towards that Midas, so any single death hurts a lot. Alright guys, press 1 if you think Nada's going to just walk away from this. Press 2 if you think he's going to walk away with the split. Press 3 if you think he's going to die because he wants to hold the split. You have like 5 seconds. He's going to take a lot of damage from this one, unless he's getting really lucky. Never mind. Okay, that slow lasted a little bit longer than I thought it would. So who pressed 1? 1 was what happened, right? I whenever I give those options, I always forget immediately afterwards what each of one of them represents. So I just see the chat flooded with numbers, and those numbers mean nothing to me. Well, he still has a split. Razor, level 7 at this point, going for the drums. Pretty standard stuff as far as razors are concerned. Alright, can we go for real now? Alright, we're going to go for real. Got to keep an eye on this Arc Warden and his Hand of Midas timing. Hand of Midas is important on perhaps Arc Warden and Invoker the most. You got to make sure you have those timings. HFN hit with the Spooky Ghost. There is a bubble, which will actually make the Ghost miss, but he's going to land in the cogs. Stomp is there, but HFN's going to take a lot of damage here and will go down once again. Flux Dot, man, it's level 3, and it will do some serious damage. HFN's still not level 6 yet. The Arc Warden just hits his. Storm Spirit, had a pretty good start up against his Arc Warden, but now dying 3 times. I feel like most of that lead has gone down the tubes. Just going a little bit too aggressively behind enemy line. He's just farming, just not even stacks. Like, he wasn't even stealing stacks, he was just taking creeps. Oh, Tavo gets caught. He ready to use his Time Walk, and he's gonna go down as well. These supports from Mad Kings are stepping up their game a lot compared to game 1. Will catch Dookie and his clone. HFN though, only level 5. They Brain Sap and Nightmare him, set up for some remnants, but he actually gets woken up because the clone pulls off the Nightmare, and Dookie will survive. Still no level 6 on HFN. Sladden is here, and Nada will come in from behind and kill off both of them. Mad Kings are stepping up, as paiN Gaming kind of half foolishly starting all these engagements without the proper levels or without their proper heroes. If Razor's there, easy cleanup, but he's obviously not. And the Storm at level 6, easy kill on the Arc Warden. He might die for it, but at least he gets that kill. At the end of the day, paiN and Elder Titan only have so much damage output they can put out with the Storm Spirit, who's really not farmed enough to help out significantly. 8-2, but only like a 1.2k lead, I would imagine. A little bit less actually is the less than symbol just comes up, or it was there the entire time and I just missed it. Either way, these 6 kills from Mad Kings are going to keep them afloat as they move forward in this game. Slowing down the Storm Spirit is of the utmost importance. Imagine Kaya next for Storm Spirit, but at least now he has the Ball Lightning. He's going to be just fine to survive most engagements, I would say. The levels, though, funneling into the supports because they've been getting so much action. Specifically this Clockwork, level 5, 9 minutes in, is pretty high. And he is going for a very combat-based build, maxing out that Battery Assault first. Level 7, I would imagine he has that maxed out. Can't see him going for Rocket Flare or Cogs over the last point in Battery Assault. So hook shot in, and man, you got yourself a free kill on an ET or a Bane or an HFN who's going to die to neutrals. Dude, that was way too fucking close. That was so close. Oh my god. Now, dying a couple times in lane, whatever, man, it happens. But then going into the jungle and dying to neutrals, that is not supposed to happen. Wow. This Brewmaster all of a sudden has #1 in net worth after getting involved in that mid lane. Sladden is going to get linked up. Cloud Shield will do quite a bit of damage, but it's a mediocre nuke at the end of the day. Tavo will think about giving chase, but a little bit of a rotation forced out of the paiN Gaming side, and Tavo really wants to use this Chronosphere. I think he may have a chance to use it over in the mid lane. HFN is doing his best to push this in. Actually, the smoke, no, wrapped right back around. Tavo thinks King RD is clear, and you can't blame him for that, but King RD is out of mana and probably is going to get split on. Oh, this is really bad. They need help for this Razor like yesterday. King RD is going to get the link onto Nada, but so this Battery Assault does a lot of damage. He has 9 stick charges, but he's not doing enough damage to actually get himself out of this, so he will fall at the cost of nothing for Mad Kings. And his Nier has grip, and he really wants to go for this Arc Warden. Hand of Midas is pretty much in the bag, though, for him. His Nier is going to run into... Oh, the real Arc Warden is immediately going to grip him up, but gets bubbled in safety. And now the Brewmaster's coming in, who still has that split. This is a disaster here for paiN. They have to get the hell out with everyone. I said everyone, dude. What are you still doing? He's going to try to teleport out. And no way. Okay. He's going to get pushed back by the Cogs. No problem. I think probably could have just walked out of there, though. They at least get the tower deny up towards top lane for the Elder Titan, so Robo doesn't get that one. But, man, circling around for that grip play, I like it. Sticking around afterwards, I don't like it. Robo Z uses one leap, uses two leaps, goes into the Moonlight Shadow. The damage is going to be enough with the Remnant to get the kill. HFN gets a much needed kill. And they also get it through the Moonlight Shadow without using True Sight, so points there. Sladden and Chesed, though. Once again, see Tavo, who really doesn't have many great opportunities to use this Chronosphere. And again, even if he does, his allies aren't really well equipped to pile in. No easy damage, like from a ranged, really heavy hitter.
Dire's top tower is under
I mean, Razor can do some damage, but it takes some time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Unlike a
attack.
Clinks or something, who would just immediately start firing in, or a Death Ward. Or the old combo in Mystic Flare. You guys remember when that was a thing? Faceless Void into Skywrath Mage. I wish Skywrath Mage would come back.
Bottom tower is under attack.
He's unfortunately dead in the game. Useless hero, can't be picked. Oh well, feels bad, man.
Radiant are scanning.
Our Warden will teleport
Radiant's
back.
bottom tower
Obs
is under
doesn't really
attack.
see all that much here for the Radiant Dookie. He's going to, well, jump in, but the Chronosphere misses! Tava only catches one! They still will get right on top of Dookie and try to bring him down. It's going to cost them Duster, though. Tavo is left by himself to chase after this Arc Warden and gets arrowed for his trouble. HFN is going to seal the deal. Jump out from the Faceless Void. No, the arrow lasts a little bit too long. And it will be a 2-for-1 exchange, maybe 3-for-1. HFN actually used the rest of his mana pool to get the hell out of there, but Brewmaster's on the chase, as is this Mirana. They have one more arrow soon. And is near, is he here, but he gets arrowed, takes it for the storm, I guess, but they could have all dodged it if they just saw it coming. King RD has to retreat as well to the north. That was not the Chronosphere they were looking for. And the Arc Warden just happened to move forward to help out for that kill. Towers will be denied evenly now. HFN, he's not going to go for Kaya, going to go straight Bloodstone. I've seen, I think it was just him, go for this build before in the past. It didn't really work out for him. RD now trapped in the cogs. So much damage from this battery assault. Your core one roll position just got killed by 2 supports. That is not a place you should be feeling comfortable with.
Regeneration.
Mad Kings have this game so tightly in their clutches right now. Sladden will get spotted by the storm. Ball lightning forward will kind of miss. There's a nightmare here. We get immediately woken up by that spirit. He's now put back to sleep. Maybe that's a better dream than a nightmare. I can't imagine it's worse. We'll get the kill on the Clockwork again. All these scraps for paiN Gaming. That's what they need. It's not great, but man, it's better than nothing given the circumstances. Mad Kings getting a roaring start out of what looked like were going to be disadvantageous lanes, and were disadvantageous lanes.
Radiant structures are fortified.
That CS differential is huge, but making up for it in kills. Got Faceless Void now in the middle of the pack in the farm department. Razor feels like he's stone useless. What a surprise. Razor being useless, I never could have seen that one coming.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Maybe I give Razor too much shit. I think he's a bad hero. I've seen him work out a couple times, and even then I think he's a bad hero. He worked earlier today, and I'm still, nope, not convinced. Bad hero. I'll have a 4-staff soon. Really nice item up against that Brew and Arc Warden and Clockwork, actually. It's great against all of them. paiN Gaming can maybe just batten down the hatches and look for late game. Try to just out-farm. I definitely see that working out well for them. Storm Spirit not going for the Kaya, going for the Bloodstone is a little bit more of an investment here. Mirana is dangerous late game, but man, we're talking about Storm and Faceless Void. It's a heavy set of heroes to go up against in the later stages, even if you do have the assassination power of a super farmed Arc Warden. Rest assured, he will be super farmed in this game. Actually, didn't see his Midas timing, but man, he's got Midas and a Maelstrom on the way, so gotta assume it was pretty quick. Tavo, he is going to be chasing after Chesed. They'll run into each other. Here comes the arrow. It's amplified by the curse. Starstorm, it's enough damage. That's even with strength treads on the Faceless Void. Hook shot? No. The hook shot was already used versus the bane, it looks like. That's 2 heroes down for the Mad King side. 2 more. At least HFN has the Bloodstone. but that's really the only thing that's going right here for paiN Gaming. Mad Kings are going to start closing in on the map. And this is really where they're at their strongest. When they're able to get these couple... Oh my god. Oh, I did not click on the Brewmaster in a long time, apparently. He has a freaking 16-minute Radiance. Okay. That will do a lot of damage. Keep in mind, Brew, his auras carry on his Earth Panda first, and then Storm, then Fire. So if he's just running around in split form, he is doing Radiance damage. And Immolation damage from the Fire aspect, so that dot, man, is going to really stack up. Not to mention this chance. So that's a pretty fat item. He also got the Lightning Hammer complete on the Arc Warden, so he's going to get his hands on his Maelstrom. And once you start closing down the map, then Brew, even without a Blink Dagger, just such a powerful hero. StarLadder gets more and more powerful, as we can see already. Able to easily solo kill the enemy supports, and probably put a pretty decent dent into a Razor or a Face's Void as well, assuming he has some sort of support. So this is where things get really powerful for Mad Kings and really bad for paiN. They needed to keep control of the map, but they really don't have much in the way of map control. Like, they can be close by to one another, try to keep themselves protected, but at the end of the day, like, Face's Void is so easily taken down, as we've already seen. I'm pretty sure HFN, if he gets hit with that same combo we saw from the Shadow Demon Mirana, he dies as well. Like, it's just not a great place to be. Hook shots, but into a grip. Immediately afterwards, Moonlight Shadow is there. Stomp will land. They have a Sentry and an Earth Splitter. Do quite a bit of damage to this Brew. No, it was blocked by the Nightmare. It doesn't really matter. He has split anyway, but man, that is not the play you should be looking to make. If Tavo was coming in, they could have killed off that Brew if they actually landed that Earth Splitter, but I'm not really sure why they Nightmared there. It was a little bit odd. They kill off the Clockwork, I guess. That's not bad. But Tavo's rotation is really empty here. And King RD, let's see how good his escape plan is. First, Arrow. It's a really short duration with the double stars. He has 4 staff as well. And he'll be fine. In fact, backup's coming in. The Shadow Demon, he's still super soft support at the end of the day. And will be dropped. The Razor will walk out of there. Dodge the Prowlers. These bastards have claimed enough lives in Dota. Not going to claim King RD. HFN going in pretty deep. Gets immediately mana burned by the cogs. Feels bad, man. Vlad's into Manta style for the Face's Void. The Vlad's is pretty good up against Mad Kings. Extra armor is going to be great. You know, damage, lifesteal, whatever. Does feel like Yasha isn't really, I mean, it's again going to be that late game slant here for Tavo. Does feel like he just needs another HP item. I mean, Ultimate Orb is going to give him a little bit, but I'm pretty sure even if he had additional 10 strength, he will still die to that Mirana combo. Face's Void just needs to make sure he's not just annihilated first thing. Definitely a significant threat, but I mean, you could kind of expect some form of assassination tool from the Arc Warden. By going for Manta style, you essentially eliminate the possibility of getting sniped by random invisible Orchid Arc Warden clones. And that's pretty powerful. Still gotta worry about Cheap Stick, I guess, but it could be a long ways off. Hook shot will land. Arrow. Oh, they stomp first. Everyone's gonna take a nap, and here comes the Earth Splitter. No Nightmare this time. They'll annihilate Chesed, and now look for StarLadder. Force that out though will keep him safe, and we'll be just fine. Dookie's clone is going to be on the front lines now. He'll be pushing everyone else back. You know, that was still just a pick off on a Shadow Demon. Not going to bother Mad Kings all that much. So for paiN Gaming, being able to turn that around definitely is going to be a confidence booster, more so than a gold booster or experience booster. This is not really super relevant.
Radiant are scared.
Razor's pretty bulky. Drums forced into a BKB. I'm still seeing the Brewmaster. I mean, going for this build is very farmy. Very farmy. Brewmaster or Naga Siren? You decide. Shot. That was actually off the mark and too short.
Radiant structures are
I don't get to see that very often. Brewmaster's going to be getting some pretty steady farm moving forward. Already is in 3rd place in net worth. He's getting feebled, but still does quite a bit of damage here. The tower's already fortified once. Chested and Sladden both on the sidelines. Bubbling up, but Stomp is going to be cancelled by the Clockwork as Duster is now very dead. Off on the side by himself. Gets a delivery, does nothing. He also showing his face. Off on the side though, we got HFN and King RD coming in. Plasmafield though is going to reveal their position. They really need Tabo here if they're going to get a good fight. And they do have Tabo in the area, but only with Dookie as a potential target. The clone of the Arc Warden, in fact. Only thing they can get. Also, they'll find Chested. Okay, they'll get him. I'm pretty sure Mad Kings are not going to care in the slightest. They took the tower, they took an ET. It's all good for them, man. Tavo has a time walk. HFN's using a lot of mana here, but he has the Bloodstone and the Kaya, so he's allowed to do so. Double damage, can't get it. Tavo, he's gonna really struggle to land these Chrono Spears if the game keeps moving onwards like this. Kill the Prowlers. These things deserve death. HFN's gonna shrine up. 18 Bloodstone charges is pretty substantial.
Stupendous.
They will wander in towards Nada. If they get the grip, they should get the kill. They go the wrong way, though, just because they have no idea about it. So they will go instead for the poor Clockwork. The Clockwork has probably screwed them more than Nada has, so karmic justice demands Clockwork's death. They're able to get him without using the grip, so Nada, he's hidden in the trees right now. Does Tavo smell something? They don't exactly know the TP cooldown. Really hard to tell with travels, so we'll just have to let him go. Still 5k lead for Mad Kings. They're not really abusing this map position as much as I would have thought. They are going to have a sheep stick on the Arc Warden very soon, so Dookie's going to be able to do some serious damage with that clone and with his main hero as well. So far, it's just everyone and their mom sitting back and farming. I feel like this point in the game is when Mad Kings will be at their absolute strongest if the Brewmaster went Radiance first and was able to really force fights with the split. And Clockwork is essentially doing that with just the base kit. But not really everyone on board that plan for Mad Kings. Mirana actually has a surprisingly low amount of farm. 3-1-2. Hurricane Pike, and that's it. I feel like she should have a little bit more. She has a Yasha, that's not bad, I guess. I feel like with Starstorm, with the amount of kills she's been kind of silver plattered, I feel like she should have a little more. I don't know. By the way, the tower will fall in top lane, push on bottom. I think this is something that paiN can defend, but they just don't want to. They have a Chrono Spear, they've had it for a very long time. Storm Spirit's going to go really far in and TP back. Gotta be careful about doing that. There's a sheep stick on Dookie, you'd actually cancel that TP and just straight kill him. You don't get to see that every day. Storm Spirit doing the Ball Lightning TP trick and just gets brick walled at the end of the day. There's an Orchid here on the Storm. HFN, really good job at recovering back in this game after those handful of deaths in mid. His allies, though, are going to be falling behind. Razor going for BKB is really powerful. Oh, they'll find the Brewmaster with an Orchid, but that's about it. Gotta make sure you hit him with the Ball Lightning itself. Anything else is going to be a little bit too slow. Ball Lightning isn't even level 3 yet. He's almost there, but really need that additional speed. 2,500 from 1875. I'm pretty sure that doesn't mean anything to anybody. Everyone just knows the difference in speed because they've seen it before. If you say, oh yeah, it's 2,500 movement speed, it's like, I have no idea what the hell that means. And RD gonna run to a Dookie clone and get debated there. Takes quite a bit of damage though from just the Spirit and the Flux. 5k lead for Mad Kings. It's pretty nice, but it's not something that they can just lean on for instant victory. Brewmaster going for AC is a threat for sure, but Brewmaster having gone for this build, he actually does fully commit to this build. He gets the attack speed talent at level 20, gets Drunken Brawler. It's something that the Razor can certainly... Oh no, another only one-man Chronosphere. King RD is going to BKB for this one as well. They link up the Earth aspect. Is he gaining damage? It looks like he is. Duster, though, is isolated off to the side. Will be dropped very quickly. They found Sladden, and his Near's getting hookshot in, and he's going to drop as well. Tavo is up in the air as HFM's going to return, find the plasma field, and we'll get the kill with Tavo. Ooh, Starstorm not quite going to kill, but the leap forward should put the faces forward in the bag, and it will. HFN thinking about going back in here, but he doesn't really have any tools to get through this Brewmaster's durability, nor to stay on top of a Mirana with the Force Staff. Oh, gotta watch out. No, there's no Sheepstick yet, so we don't have to watch out. And these Chronospheres have been so close to great. That would have been a 3-man Chronosphere, but it was just off on 2 of them, so we only got a 1-man. And a 1-man on a hero that, honestly, they don't really care about. Shadow Demon can do whatever he wants all fight long. It's not really going to impact the fight. Luckily for Tavo, the game is going so slow that he'll have another chance. He'll have many, many other chances, so it's not really crunch time right now. Like, if this was... If they were really, like, pushing into tier 3s, if they were against the ropes, missing a Chronosphere like that... Oh, there goes Chesed. If you miss a Chronosphere like that, like, your team is going to be really pissed off at you. But in this stage, it's like, you know what, dude? You tried your best. You'll get him next time. Sheepstick, though, is up on the Arc Warden. Does see Duster. I wonder if he can straight kill Duster right now. HFM's going to jump straight into the back line. With a missed chance involved there with the Radiance, and he's not going to be able to kill off that Mirana. It looks like he's going to go in really deep with Hookshot, though. Catches him off guard, gets Force Staffed out through the Sheepstick, and will be fine. Still has that gem. Has to make sure he doesn't lose it. King RD kind of going to escort him out here as the Brewmaster's going to chase forward. Plasma Fields, well, he will just split. HFN has a little bit extra mana here to get very far away. King RD is moving really quickly as well. Storm Aspect moves mighty fast also. He will look for King RD or HFN or both. They get into the Shrine. Even though they're in the Cyclone, he actually stops regenerating. I didn't know that. I thought you still regenerate if you're up there. Maybe with Dual Scepter that works, but the split resumes Nada's main form. HFN is back in. Radiance mischance. How good is it? Arrow comes in, but King RD absorbs it. They will lose the end is near to the back line as the Arc Warden does come in for the assassination play, and looking for the Moonlight Shadow to disengage afterwards. King RD's BKB is running dry right now. He'll find some cover in Duster. The Moonlight Shadow going down with the gem being a little bit too far away. paiN Gaming have to call it quits right now. They have another Chronosphere, but not an opportunity to use it. Brewmaster going in really deep and just refusing to go down. He's 4-0-6. I really want to see what he gets for this level 20. Like standard issue is... Oh, gosh. Why do I even bother looking for Chesed? Like, I know he's just going to get picked off HFN every single time. Standard stuff is to go for the Primal Split units. But, I mean, maybe that attack speed. If you're going Radiance, he is going to divert away from the AC, it looks like. Unless he has that already. No, he doesn't. He'll go for Lincoln Sphere instead. Find Dookie to clone. A little bit of damage out. HFN, 23 Bloodstone charges, has yet to die after that kind of a mess in that early game. He's going to go for a boring Brewmaster build. Boo, I want to see the attack speed. Show me Radiance, Abyssal Blade. Oh, yeah. Not going to happen today, though. Tavo clones in the background, covering this push. HFN is incredibly big right now, but he's really the only one who's having a really easy time. It doesn't really matter too much simply because they have a Faceless Void. They can get around this lack of farm just by having an abundance of team fight in their draft. But that only applies if they actually can land a Chronosphere. HFN also really quickly pushing towards that level 25 mark. Get that stupid chain of remnants. Sladden gonna wander into a grip. Tavo's damage is pretty decent. The Spirit coming in, Stomp is there. They'll take down Sladden first thing, and also put the Brewmaster to sleep. Pull him back in. They have the Orchid on him, but he gets bubbled, so he will be able to split out most likely. Chronosphere will catch onto 2. There is absolutely no follow-up, though. They're missing all of their attacks, and Tavo's gonna get obliterated. Sheepstick now onto HFN. He'll die as well. Oh no, King RD is gonna try to charge in, but he's only stolen 21 damage. He will kill off the Shadow Demon, but who cares? And now the Sheepstick onto the Elder Titan. He's looking to fall as well. It looks like there should be another Cyclone soon. Duster's trying to juke, and it looks like he has managed to out-juke the Brewmaster. But my god, Nada is invulnerable, it seems. I'm pretty sure they could have just, like, they could have just hit the guy who was in the Chronosphere, right? He'll try to go for the Mirana now. HFN wants his gem back. He'll get it. Okay, that's something. But this Sheepstick on the Arc Warden is doing some serious heavy lifting, and well, maybe we'll do some more heavy lifting. Has another Sheepstick available. But there's not much damage going into him just yet, so he should be able to wall ending in unless the hookshot cog bump back will get the kill. StarLadder coming out of nowhere with a chair. Storm Spirit dead 2 times in as many minutes. Of course, right after I praised him not dying. Chronosphere that time landed onto 2, but again, the issue here for paiN and their Faceless Void is that Chronosphere is something that needs to land, but it has to land on the right heroes in the right circumstance with Elder Titan there to land that Earth Splitter. Like, there's not really much of a combo with Faceless Void and his allies. It's just a giant AoE, just lock everyone out. They're not going to take much damage, not going to do much damage. Not quite good enough unless you, of course, have that ET there for that Earth Splitter. See how much damage they're able to put out with that Earth Splitter. I mean, with that Natural Order, though. A lot of extra damage. And Arc Warden, his armor actually isn't that high. I'd probably be a little bit higher. It's not. Did not realize his agility was that crappy. It's actually working out pretty well for him. If he did have a lot of agility and a lot of armor, then it would just all be lost from the Elder Titan aura. The fact that he has no armor means that he loses less armor. Huh? Yeah, that's value right there. RD will go for the Ags. BKB so far for this Razor has done about nothing. Dookie will scout that Roche pit. Something that Mad Kings can do pretty rapidly. Have the Brewmaster, some big crits, obviously the Arc Warden. The only problem with going for Roche is that, you know, you try to go for Roche with the main Arc Warden, and then your main Arc Warden is in trouble. Get Chronosphered, and you're going to be really unhappy, or hit with the Elder Titan Stomp combo. HFN. He doesn't have that gem. Jessid is going to make his move in. We'll pop a lot of the remnants. HFN knows that someone's there. He'll jump out once, he'll jump out twice. He's somewhere. Where the hell is he? He's just gone, man. He didn't want any part of that. Well, they tried. That was a good move, though. Scan into Moonlight Shadow in, try to catch that Storm. Almost worked. Storm's here, though. He was just in the base, you know. Might still be getting, like, Fountain regen, but now he's in Roche. Duster's in the perfect position. Earth Splitter right down the line. And the Mad Kings are coming in. I think they might get here in time. Arrow will flare first of all. End is near. Is going to see Nada. They do put him to sleep. And now Chronosphere him. They have to kill him off, though. King RD is not getting any damage. He misses Static Link on something. They will kill out the Roshan and get HFN the Aegis. Earth Splitter is also going to do quite a bit of damage. They've already lost the paiN and the Faceless Void. King RD as well will fall in the Roche pit. How did he have no Static Link there? What the hell? Did he just, like, Static Link and miss? You could point the ground, I think. Can you still do that? You might not be able to do that anymore. They will look for Duster with the combo. It's like Purge is a little bit off, but it doesn't matter because he's still going to die. HFN gets away with the Aegis, but everyone else just gets torched. That Chronosphere into absolutely nothing, not even the Razor attacking for any relevant damage. I mean, even if you do get the Static Link onto the Brewmaster, he still splits, and you still have a really bad time. Tavo Void being very underwhelming. It's going to be Mad Kings with almost a clean sweep in that fight. Storm Spirit is still very farmed, but Storm Spirit needs some backup here. I feel like this brew should have died like so many times by now. Chronospheres are going to be supplemented a little bit by a Shadow Blade. I really don't think that's going to do quite enough. This Faceless Void is definitely ignoring his survivability aspect, just wants to land Chronosphere. You know, Chronosphere isn't like that good, but it's like, do you want to just get an Aghanim Scepter? Do you just want to get more Chronosphere chances? Kind of seems like they definitely need some Chronospheres to land because these have been pretty awful. Can Storm hold this team on his back? Can Razor win a game from behind? These are all questions that I'm not really sure the answer of. Dude, Razor's such... why do people still pick Razor? I don't understand. I guess it like might feel really powerful to play Razor and stuff like that. But whenever I see him, like, dude, hero isn't doing anything. Even in the games where he is doing stuff, it's like, you're not doing stuff.
Much obliged.
He has a Eye of the Storm that's Aghanimed right now. we go, guys? I mean, step 1, static link somebody. Doesn't matter who, you need to do some damage, because 150 a pop with your kind of pathetic attack speed is not going to be doing you any favors. Oh, they will find a Storm Spirit. There's a hook shot to the south. The damage, though, is just enough to get the kill. They don't have any more sheep sticks. They have an arrow, though, and a hook shot. HFN will make it a full wipe. Just trying to walk back to the base. Loses his life with the Aegis as well. Mad King can get right back to pushing. Robo Z can get right to work. Took the attack speed on that leap. As a Mantis style, still is like, you know, a little bit less useful than the Razor, but at least as a stun. What are you doing, Razor? What are you doing? I know I should probably stop hating on the Razor, but I can't help it. It's part of who I am at this point. If he dies to an arc warding clone like this, then that's sad. He's actually like losing the fight. Just got dropped half his HP and did like no damage back to it. Well, obviously wasn't trying to kill him, but Arc Warden is very close to being topped out at this point. There's the Butterfly, Mjolnir, and Silver Edge can both be upgraded. Hand of Midas can be upgraded as well. He's actually not that close to being topped out, but man, is he loaded. HFN with no BKB is not really able to get on top of this Arc Warden and kill him off, which is what I thought would be more likely to happen, but I guess I am just misinformed as to the Storm versus Arc Warden matchup. He's got all the damage in the world, enough lockdown to kill off HFN once, which is normally all you need to kill off HFN. You don't really need enough to kill him twice most of the time. We'll find King OD, Sheep Stick, Flux, Ghost. Yeah, kill Duster Illusion. Got him.
Here I am.
This game is getting more and more dire for paiN. Like I said earlier, you gotta land a Chronosphere. It's just, there's no other like backup plan here. Like, their high ground defense isn't really that great. The 25 on Storm will help their high ground defense, and you know, with Chronosphere and Earth's the Astral Spirit, it's not terrible, but like I don't even know if stalling out is really going to win you any games here. They just need Tava to land some beastly Chronospheres. Hope that that's good enough. Other than that, like this split push is going to be absolutely relentless. Send one hero to deal with it, and they may just die to the Arc Warden, or the Hookshot, or the Mirana, or the Brewmaster, who at this point is going to be going for that AC. They don't really have what it takes to go out on the map, I don't think. Not hugely convincingly paiN and respectable in team fighting. They kind of have to hope for Mad Kings to make a couple slip-ups. Maybe kill Shesset another 7 times. Maybe that'll help. Aghanim Scepter on the clockwork. Soul Vessel already. Do you think? I'm pretty sure Backtrack sets HP. So I'm pretty sure Soul Vessel doesn't have any interaction there. Storm is finally level 25. Start to get those remnants. Oh baby. You know, I'm sure one day we'll see Overload Pierce's immunity. That's never gonna happen. Who am I kidding? Never, not in a million years gonna happen. Maybe it's really good and just no one knows because no one's ever picked it up. Maybe that's like that talent. Maybe it's insane. Maybe it's like Overload actually gets a hidden plus like 500 damage buff. No one knows about it. Alright, Mad Kings continuing to farm up. Rue third place, Mirana pulling ahead of the Razor, simply because she can move places with almost impunity and Razor cannot. We'll farm the jungle with the Eye of the Storm Aghanim Scepter. That's about it. Mad Kings, Roshan timer, 251 before they can consider going for that play again. Actually, they haven't even gone for that play a single time. It was just every single time paiN going for it. Storm was pushing the top lane pretty well, and is able to blow up the Spookways very easily with the amount of mana he has at his disposal. But at a certain point, this is going to happen. Just get that demolished with 50% extra damage. 270 flat damage. Okay, I'm just completely off. Storm aspect is going to get put to sleep, but the Earth aspect is still going to town. Jump in onto the clone. They're going to steal 50 damage from it. Sheepstick goes off onto the Razor. No BKB active for him just yet. We'll get Force Staffed out. We'll be fine. HFN can't even hit Nada. This Drunken Brawler and the Radiance, even if he did hit him, would have done like 0 damage. So he just gets a free blink out. I wonder what the actual mischance is. 25-17. Here comes split number 2. Rock's going to be thrown. Demolish is going to be landing. And Tavo just has no Chronosphere options whatsoever because these aren't heroes. Dookie is going to get the lift up onto the Razor. Got this clone again. And Razor's actually just going to take so much damage here. Chrono will land onto 3. Where's the Earth Splitter? Here it comes. We'll do a little bit of damage here. Shess is going to take the most of it. And also StarLadder will fall straight afterwards. Now onto Robo. He ready to use 1 leap. Force Staff, 2nd leap. Tavo has a time walk forward. The Storm Spirit, though, does not have enough mana. He's going to instead try to go for this Brewmaster. And he will eventually go down. That's a 5-kill spree being ended by King RD. At the cost of the racks, that was actually not too bad for paiN because they finally land a Chronosphere. Not only do they land the Chronosphere, though, it's also on 3 really clumped up heroes, so the Earth Splitter lands afterwards. And that's what they needed, 20 minutes ago. So, land a couple more of those, and you're good to go. But if you lose racks every single time you make that play, it's probably not going to be working out very well for you. This is going to open the map up just a little bit, though. All these heroes dead for Mad Kings, from Mad Kings, rather. Brewmaster being finally brought down. Finally. 5-1-14 as opposed to 0-14. Obviously, don't get the kill on the Arc Warden. Being incredibly slippery in the background and is now, well, nope, still Shadow Blade upgrade, BKB for the Hand of Midas replacement. Not even 6 slotted. HFN gonna go for a Bloodthorn. There's no magic immunity, very few defensive tools on this Arc Warden, except for that evasion from the Butterfly, so being on top of him with the Storm still, I think, is a viable way to kill him off if he doesn't have his backup there, which is probably not that likely, honestly, but it's possible. 14k lead for Mad Kings. That last fight put them back about no K. About nothing. No change. There's another Chronosphere, though. It's level 3 at this point, so the cooldown is actually pretty manageable. Chesed, Arc Warden, is that fake? That is fake. We'll find HFN, Lincoln Spear will be popped. Sheepstick is there. It's Force Staffed up to the high ground, actually, just off that small lip. And poor Clone not going to get anything done, and Clockwork not going to get much done. He does have the Blade Mail, and will return a little bit of damage, but definitely not enough. Sniped out for 70 seconds, he's dead. paiN Gaming, Static Link, that would have been nice, I guess. Static Link. I hear Static Link is pretty good. You can see this map suddenly is closed the other way. Despite being 12k in the lead, Mad Kings have this much map control. This is the map they have. Everything else belongs to paiN for right now, and it will belong to them up until the point where paiN Gaming either take a team fight or lose their Storm, or use the Chronosphere, like in any of those circumstances. Then the map will open right back up for Mad Kings. Till then, though, Mad Kings have to be careful because Chronosphere, Storm Spirit, when you are walking around in the dark with absolutely no vision except for this, which is going to fade out anyway, you don't know where the enemies are. You got to stay together. You have no other choice.
Here I am.
paiN, they have some map control, but what can they actually do with it? They're farming the hell out of these camps, and they're bouncing back and forth between mid and bottom. But that's it. And they kill off the Clockwork, get nothing done with that because there's not really much to get done. It's either you back off or just sit here forever and just constantly get scouted. Oh yeah, these 3 creep camps, these are game changers right here. Smoke up, going up the high ground is incredibly risky, but the Moonlight Shadow and the smoke, or I guess the smoke and the option of Moonlight Shadowing, can get them some action. Invis Rune picked up by the Storm Spirit. Pushing forward is Nada. I think that's a clone of Dookie on him, and King RD isolated from his allies. Dookie's invisible clone is still pushing forward, gets the Sheepstick off, but immediately gets put to sleep. HFN is invisible in the front lines as well, as Dookie will give a little bit of damage here to King RD. 98 isn't terrible. Roshan responding in just 6 seconds, though. And they are going to smoke up. That is completely undetected. And look to go for this area. They should probably not go that area. They should probably go to this area because there's Roche available. Is this Roche 3? It's Roche 2 only. 45 minutes and it's Roche 2. Wow. Okay, well, time for Chronosphere to shine, Tavo. Duster's right behind him, can drop the Earth Splitter as soon as the Chronosphere drops. Get that damage done. Sladden is pretty well hidden though to blow smokes. No invisibility on the shadow on the Faceless Void. In a few seconds he'll have it, but the smoke's already broken. He's gonna push up the high ground, hookshot in onto Tavo. They're gonna jump in, try to get on top of this Arc Warden, but all of that is illusions. And Storm Spirit actually takes an arrow to the dome. Off to the side, paiN is isolated. The Storm Spirit's gonna try to bypass all of that, but I don't think he has any true sight. No, he doesn't. The Moonlight Shadows can help him disengage. Nice and clean. The Chronosphere finally drops onto the Mirana. They lose the Chronosphere and the grip. They kill her, but at what cost? Now they don't have anything else for anyone else. But still, Chesed, he's isolated. He'll be dropped down next. Looks like the backup from Mad Kings was just not there. They were just separated a little bit too much. Tavo, though. Let's see Dookie gets hexed up. We'll dodge the clap, but here comes the split. Faceless Void has a time walk out, and King RD on the front lines with the heart. He's gonna start dealing straining some damage from this Arc Warden. At the same time, they found the Clockwork. Blade Mail up. Will return a lot of damage this time. Sheepstick going after the Storm Spirit. He'll get Force Staffed out one more time. King RD right behind him. He has a heart, but he's not gonna be that durable. And now HFN forced to go into the trees. Will dodge the Spirit. Has no TP for 1 second. I think he should be fine. Actually, the Spirit's still chasing him. What the hell? Dude, this Spirit just doesn't know when to quit. HFN is going to get out of here. He'll be fine.
Where's the party?
Mad Kings lose 3 heroes in exchange for 2. They do take down the Razor. Ultimately, this doesn't look accurate at all. This does not look accurate. I think this fight recap's wrong. That was the second fight. Ultimately, though, I think Mad Kings are still just doing just fine. While the EXP gain is starting to bend back in the favor of paiN, net worth-wise. Still, it is Mad Kings to be holding steady. The thing is, though, holding steady is not really good enough right now. Arc Warden is going to be popped out very soon. The Brewmaster has, ooh, hello, new item PogChamp. Qualifier, what is that? That's pretty good up against the Storm Spirit, I guess. Being able to purge. What are we purging here? It's just like kind of a ghetto sheepstick, I guess. Doesn't really seem like an all-star item necessarily to me. I feel like Abyssal Blade would just be better. But either way, they swoop in, take the double life. Arc Warden, I don't think has ever been in trouble in any fight, like ever. Still gives you like 60 damage, right? 65 damage, that's not bad. A little extra armor. So paiN, oh man, this game. The net worth lead is staying steady, but the EXP lead is dried up here. Grabbing these high-level talents. Faceless Void pushing his level 25. Razor almost at his. It's not like the best in the world or anything, but hey, it's another giant leap of power you won't get otherwise. Now going to the side to try to slow this the high ground. Oh, it's the Razor the Brewmaster Shadow Demon combo. Classic. Demolish going to get to work on these structures. Razor's Eye of the Storm is doing some damage to some creeps. Maybe, probably not. Now the Brew. Well, he's running out of duration, slowly but surely. They will try to clean up these non-magic immune targets. Dookie is going to wander straight on in, gets a Sheepstick onto the Storm Spirit, but gets put to sleep immediately afterwards. Another split should be up in, well, 8 seconds. They will jump in, though. Find Chesed. That's not Chesed. That's someone else. Storm Spirit gets hexed up, needs some help. Chronosphere, they'll land on the 4 heroes. Where's the Earth Splitters? Coming in as well. Onto the Arc Warden, they'll take him down for his first life. Mirana is gripped up in the meantime. The split is going to come right back out, though. Mirana's still not dead just yet. Taking a lot of damage, but with the Sheepstick on her, we'll be able to just walk out of there and consume the cheese. King RD, he's stuck against the cogs, and he will go down. Who's off to the side here? It's Tavo, and he also will fall. That's 2 heroes with no buyback. The end is near. Your name might be correct, because you're going to die, and now the Elder Titan is going to get chased down as well. Storm Spirit is the only survivor, and they'll call it GG. We're going to a 3rd game. Storm Spirit can only do so much here. Chronosphere was great, man, but it's just a little bit too late. I feel like if they, like all those missed Chronospheres from Tavo, if they landed on just 1 additional hero, or if he had it on a different set of heroes, something like that, like maybe that could have been good enough. But also at the end of the day, I think it's, you probably shouldn't have picked up Faceless Void. Like, I was considering it, I very quickly dismissed it because there's no combo there. And we can see the severe lack of damage. Like, Faceless Void tried to build damage, but he's not really feeling comfortable enough to get on top of someone and try to fight them when Arc Warden is just literally maxed out. Razor as well, just really struggling to do the damage, and at that point, it's only Storm Spirit, so good luck doing that all by yourself. So guys, Game 3 is going to be coming as promised. You do not want to sleep on this Mad Kings squad because they can put out some serious drafts and some serious skills. I'm Mike Loris, and I'll be right back for the third and final game of the day.